So, welcome back to our vlog at St. Bon's. It's great that you're here again, and it's been so cool to see so many of you viewing our posts and stuff. So, just click subscribe if you view, just so we know that you like what we're doing. And if you want to write any comments, we'd love to hear your comments as well. So, just please write whatever you want, and that will be absolutely fantastic. So, what I'd like to talk about today is The Circle. I don't know if you've been watching The Circle. I was obsessed by The Circle, utterly obsessed. I watched 3 episodes and then somehow I was just sucked in to it. It was just so captivating watching people make cups of tea, I talk about stuff, just message people. I don't know, I just loved it. So there's 3 life lessons I'd like to talk about from The Circle. 3 things that really struck me about the show. So the first thing is that social media can be really dangerous. And the reason it can be really dangerous is because there are no inhibitions to how we use it, because there are no consequences to how we use it. So if you were to talk to someone face to face, you might moderate what you're saying to how they react to you. Whereas on social media, there's no need to moderate. So you just say what you want. I don't know if you've had that where you poured out something to someone on social media and then you kind of regret it. I don't know, a friend you're messaging or something, and you tell them something that you wouldn't normally tell them to their face, and then you meet them and it's really awkward because you said something that you wouldn't say face to face. You both don't know how to act, and it's just a bit kind of awkward. So that's something I thought really came out in the Circle, especially with Dan and Mairead. I don't know if you sort of saw that bit where Mairead, who was pretending to be 23-year-old, really glamorous young woman, and Dan fell in love with the picture, which he seemed to do all the time in the Circle, fell in love with pictures of young women. And then he was flirting with her, and he thought she was this young, beautiful woman, and it was Mairead, who was 57 and not essentially glamorous. Sorry, Mairead, you were amazing. But, he was having this whole relationship, this whole flirt going on, and it was just no inhibitions. And then when he met her, he was absolutely just so disappointed and angry. So I think that's the first life lesson. Social media can be dangerous because of the way we use it. So let's just be careful, because it's amazing and it's cool, but there's no inhibitions. The second life lesson from The Circle is, I think, the way you are is the way you see other people. So if you look at Dan, he came into The Circle to play a genuine game. He was just himself, and he assumed everyone else in The Circle was genuine. Even when he had doubts about Kate, he was yeah, I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt because I quite like her. And then when Alex came into The Circle, he was suspicious of everyone else in The Circle because he was playing someone he wasn't. And that was the way they viewed each other. Dan was just everyone's themselves, and Alex was no one's themselves. And that's how it affected the final ratings as well. Dan went with his genuine feelings, and Alex went with his suspicious feelings. And it was really interesting. And the third life lesson from The Circle was more of a question, maybe, life question, is what lengths do you go to win a game? And the reason I say that is because I was really proud of Alex for what he did. I thought it was an amazing achievement. But then when I saw the final show, the Uncovered show, and I saw that he'd been so stingy with his ratings, and that's how he won, and how Dan had been so genuine. And I saw Sian's face after she saw what Freddie thought of her and how he rated her in the final ratings, and then Dan saw how Alex rated him in the final ratings, and both Sian and Dan actually could see the hurt in their faces, and that really hurt me, to see that genuine hurt. They felt let down by Freddie and by Alex. And Freddie and Alex were playing the game the whole time. They were there to win the 50k, and Dan and Sian were there. Really, they decided they'd end up being genuine. And it was just really weird. So do you win at any cost? Or are you sensitive to the people around you, and are you genuine to them? I think that's a really profound question. And The Circle, I think it made such compelling TV simply because it brought that whole combination together that you don't normally get. And sadly, people got hurt. But then I suppose they're really popular now, so maybe it doesn't matter because they're all on Instagram and stuff. So maybe they've all benefited, and I shouldn't feel so sorry for them. But I did. So just one of those questions. Do we win at any cost, or are there rules to how far we go in playing a game? So that's my thoughts on The Circle. And if you like what you've seen, press subscribe and there'll be loads more stuff coming out soon.